Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's lesson, I want to talk about the angles of attack form. Okay, so some people may be interested in arm weaving the Heaven 6, but this is more basic and you should definitely start here. This is the starting point, is the angles of attack forms. Now, because it's a form, there's tons of forms, so please keep that in mind. And the first thing is, we're going to do it with a stick, right? So you're going to go like this, and the weapon side is usually to the front, and this free hand, we just try to keep it disciplined and right here, instead of just like not even paying attention and just whatever. Keep it here. Control it and keep it here. There are times where you're going to be using it, but for right now, have the habit of leaving it right here. Be mindful of it. And we're going to go diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, and then stab, okay? Like I said, there's a ton of different angles of attack forms, but that's a good one to start with. So, diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, and stab, okay? So that is typically done with the right hand, and then you also do it with the left hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And also, they go into training knife. So same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then of course with the left hand as well. You might think what's next is they go to empty hand, but no, not really. I don't really see them practicing that. So yeah, it's pretty much stick, knife, and then maybe number 3 would be a longer bladed weapon, like a machete, okay? And usually that's about it. Now the other thing that you want to keep in mind is when you do the form, you want it continuously, okay? So it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you stop. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and keep going. You want it to be continuous. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So make sure you keep that with a lot, if not almost all the angles of attack forms. You want that continuous cycle going on, okay? So now, what I want to show you guys next is my evolution. So that was the traditional versions, and the way it's taught, and now this is my own style, the vampire fighting method, okay? So this is what I evolved it to. So the first thing is the 4 ranges of combat, which is from Filipino martial arts: long range, medium range, close range, and ground range. I'm going to apply that same form that we just did to those 4 ranges. That's what I did, okay? And whether it's a stick or a knife in long range, so that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with long range. You're going to be attacking the hands, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, okay? So that could also be done with a stick, or it could also be done empty-handed. So you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's how it's done in long range. Next is medium range. Medium range, the idea is we don't want to fight here. I don't want to be exchanging shots, so I want to skip medium range. Either go back to long range or go to close range. But defensively, if we're going to do it, that same form is now done like this: diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, and then here. Okay, so instead of the stab, I'm just coming in with the forearm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how you use this in medium range. The same form that we've been doing, the diagonal, diagonal, side to side, and stab. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, boom, and I want to skip medium range and go into close range like I just did. Now, once we enter close range, the form changes yet again. So now what we're doing in close range is we're going to be grinding on their face. Boom. Diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, and stab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm grinding on their face to make sure that I keep them off balance and I keep them bothered so they can't just grapple me, wrestle me, pick me up and slam me. I'm making it very difficult for them to do that, okay? And looking for an opening to escape or to hurt them. So Now, ground range is very similar to close range, except because we're on the ground, it's a little bit harder for them to get away. So because of that, we're pretty much doing the same thing where you're grinding, but on top of that, we're also adding this sawing motion, okay? So within the diagonal, horizontal, if you see the opportunity, you start sawing with the blade edge of your forearm, and you start putting that kind of pressure to neck, all sensitive areas of the face and such. So that's the difference. That's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.